Hi everyone, I am Ketra. Today we're going to do a collective reading together, and these are going to be comforting messages from your soul. So what does your soul want you to know right now? How to get and stay on your soul's path. So we're going to ask for messages from your guides and your soul. We're going to get them through Oracle and through Tarot. So as always, thank you so much for watching and for subscribing to my channel. My words are like all moved today. So let's just go ahead and get started. I think the first message that we're going to get is from a message of gratitude. So I'm going to use my gratitude Oracle deck just to anchor the message for today. So let's get started. I keep saying What is the gratitude message for today collectively? The gratitude message is wisdom. So where is it that you can find that wisdom? When you look at this card and you see all of the imagery on this card, and this is by Angela Hartford. It is one of the most beautiful decks that I own. I think this was the first Oracle deck that I ever had. And I'm using it because it asks you to look within. So you're looking within at that wisdom that you have. And it's not just wisdom from yourself. It's wisdom from others. It's wisdom from the universe. It's wisdom from God. It's all the ways that we're guided on our soul's path right now. So what does that look like for you? And again, here's the card, because wow, if you just look at the imagery, you can just see so many things in it. And then when you take it away and you look again, you could see it a different way. And I think that's interesting, because that's life, right? Depending on how we're looking at life, how our perspective is how we perceive things. And when we can change our perspective, it really does align us on our soul's path. And that's the purpose of this reading, is how to get and stay on our soul's path. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use tarot to see where we're at, where we're going, and how we're getting there. And then I'll clarify as needed. So for these comforting messages, I'm going to use the Phantasma Tarot by Paulina Fay. And then I'm going to clarify with the Joy de Vire, I can't say that, Tarot. But let's go ahead and let's sit back, relax, and just take a nice deep breath so that you can connect with your higher self and really receive the messages that you're meant to hear today. And this is weird. So this is the second deck that I've had where I begin to shuffle, and there's a card that's backwards. So Ace of Pentacles. So right now, that is really being grounded in the earth. That's grounded in your thoughts and grounded in your mind. But we're just going to go ahead and just take that as a message and keep going. Okay, so where are they at? Where are they going? And how are they getting there? Where are they at? Where are they going? And how are they getting there? And we're going to take one more gratitude card, because that's what I heard. Tools. So what are the tools that you have right now that you could use? What are the tools that you have that you can use to keep yourself aligned on your soul's path? And I do a lot of readings for those sober souls, those on the path to spiritual recovery, and healing from past traumas and things like that. And tools is a pretty big topic of discussion for us, because we're gifted tools to be able to navigate sobriety and healing. I don't necessarily know that this is a reading that is just intended on those souls that are on the spiritual path to recovery, but I just felt like I needed to mention that. So there we go. So we have the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Magician. You really can manifest anything that you want right now. Excuse me. You have the Chariot. Wow. You have the Ace of Swords, and you have the King of Wands. Temperance. Four of Cups. And you have the Tower moment. Okay, cool. I love a good Tower moment, because that's when we can really transform, right? That's when we can take control of where we're at in our life and allow ourselves to go through that transition. But let's take a look at the cards as they are right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards out of 3, 6, 9. So that's pretty significant. We have swords, and we have cups, we have wands, but we have no swords. So, oh no, we do. We have them all. We have 2 of swords right here. So the Two of Swords is asking you what right now feels right. So you have a decision that you have to make right now. So the Two of Swords is this or that kind of energy. It's where we have that blindfold on and we're being asked to step outside of fear. And what direction is it that we want to go? Where's your soul calling you right now? So I think for that, we have to use the wisdom and the tools that we have to be able to decipher which way we need to go. Because if you look, I know these rows go like this for me, but collectively, when I look at it, you have the Two of Swords and the Chariot and Temperance. So once you make that decision to move from your heart and take off that blindfold, you go forward and it gives you balance and healing. But where you're at right now is the Two of Swords. So you're going to make a decision right now. You're going to have to use that wisdom and the tools that you have. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And to me, that's almost better than the 10 of Pentacles, because it is all the work that you've done for yourself accumulated into a moment where you can look around and be like, wow, I've really done this. And then if you look at the card too, she is just so content. She's content on where she's at in her life. And so, and I'm stopping myself because one of the last things that I wrote down, so before I do my readings, I kind of meditate. And so one of the messages that I got was pause for celebration, warmth, and gratitude, which is why I wanted to use the gratitude oracle cards. But it's taking that moment right now while you're on your soul's path to just pause and appreciate everything that you have created for yourself right now. I think that is the nice, sweet, calm message from this card. It is take a moment to recognize where you're at right now on your soul's path. The other thing that I thought that I wrote down was when you think about how things were, you will see how far you have come. So that's really, really beautiful. And then for some odd reason, I wrote down green light, go, because I saw a green light. That means go. I don't know how that applies just yet, but I think it has something to do with the magician. So the magician is able to manifest, and I don't like that word, but able to bring to himself, herself, themselves, whatever it is that they truly, truly desire. So how can you see yourself differently? And when you do, what does that look like and what does that feel like? That's also a channeled message I got before I started the video, is if you have all the tools, which you do, what does your future look like? What does it look like for you? What resonates? What feels right? Because you can bring it to yourself. So right now, the way that you're aligned on your soul's path, you could literally call it to yourself. And then the next row, I literally want to jump over to it, but we're going to wait. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a message from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. They are kind of like for Yule, but I love the holidays and we're just going to use these as much as I possibly can over the next few months. But I just want a message from Seasons of the Witch, especially considering if you're at a place right now where you can use your wisdom, use the tools, make a decision that's going to create this Nine of Pentacles abundance for yourself. What else do you need to know for the right now? Just for the right now. Ornaments. So it is a remembrance of what once was and with what will be, a fragile beauty beaming upon thee. And I think that's an awesome message because, again, it's like when you think about how things were, you will see how far you have come. So that's where you're at right now. If this message resonates with you, you're really in a moment of soul reflection, which totally makes sense because of the time of year. It is November. We're ending the year, and that's really when our soul is kind of like taking into account the last year, what you've done, how far you've come, and where it is that you want to go. So and ornaments are just little beautiful moments, right? Little moments of putting things on a tree or putting little ornaments around your house to kind of decorate it. That's your inner child coming out to play a little bit during the holiday season, no matter how old you are. If you're decorating even a little bit, that's coming from your inner child, putting little things out there so that when you walk back into that room, you smile and you're happy and you have that memory of how things were, like maybe when you were a kid. You'd walk into the room when it was already decorated for Christmas and you knew Christmas was coming. You knew there was going to be family gatherings. You knew you were probably going to get presents if you were blessed enough to get presents. So it's all of those energies at once. So that's what you're kind of tapping into right now, I feel like. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clarify why the Two of Swords is here, our Nine of Pentacles, and our Magician. Two of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, and our Magician. Two of Swords. Page of Coins. I love that. So whatever decision this is for you right now, that is a decision that is going to, I just heard, bear fruit. And what I mean by that is you'll be able, whatever decision it is, it feels like it's something that you'll be able to like tap into. It's tangible. It's something that you're going to go one way or another, but it's something that you have control over. So you just have to kind of step outside of fear and take control of which way that you want to go in that decision. What's creating your Nine of Pentacles moment is, wow, Judgment. So with the Judgment card, that's how you did it. You felt the call from your soul to align back on your soul's path. And now you're just kind of in that blissful moment. You really, really are. Both cards are just so content. So the picture in this card, extremely content. It's almost like a peacock head of beautifulness, you know, so it's just like you're being divinely guided. And then with this card, the Judgment card, it just seems like it's a carefree kind of feeling that I get from this card. So whatever this path is that you're on right now, that you're using your wisdom, you're using your tools, the path that is putting you on right now is just such a, it's light, it's carefree. And that's how you know that you're actually aligned with what your soul wants to do. The Magician is clarified by the Three of Coins. So once you figure out what it is that you want to do, you're just going to need to put the work in, and others are going to be able to see it. So maybe because you're so aligned with your soul's path right now, the others are going to kind of look at you like, how did you do that? What are you doing? What's different for you right now in your life? And I love that right now, because notice how things have been lining up. And if you just look at the way that this lines up, it is just really powerful and amazing because it's just so light. And how did you do it? You're using your tools. You're tapping into the wisdom, your divinely guided wisdom. So I absolutely love that for you. So I think next we're going to take a look at, why am I shuffling? We're going to take a look at the Chariot card. So where you're going, so where you're at and where you're going, the Chariot. So you are moving forward progress with that Ace of Swords. It is divine clarity. So what is it that you want to do next? Because you're kind of lined up. You know that you have the tools and the wisdom to use to be able to like propel yourself on your path moving forward. And then King of Wands, like what ambitious thing do you think you can do right now? Because the King of Wands, he knows what he wants to do and he knows how to do it. He's very intuitive also. So where is your intuition guiding you right now? If you've received that moment of clarity, like the aha moment, I love a good aha moment. Even like a tower moment is a good aha moment. So where is that aha moment for you right now? Because you're being gifted it with the clarity of that Ace of Swords. And then the Chariot is guiding you to move forward. So let's go ahead and we'll clarify, because I already shuffled these. The Chariot is clarified by the Ten of Cups. So wherever it is you're moving forward to, that's it. It's emotional fulfillment. So once you have that idea, that clarity that you're getting with that Ace of Swords moment, it's going to propel you forward towards that Two of Cups moment. So it could also be like a divine connection. So if I just take a moment to stop and look, it's not a lot of like, oh, like a love reading or anything like that. But I feel like the Chariot and the Two of Cups is more of my head's getting really loud. Hold on. So I feel like the Chariot and the Two of Cups moment is more like a divinely aligned moment. So it's that aha moment. It's that moment of knowing where you want to go moving forward from like your higher self, your soul, and you here knowing the direction that you want to go. You have the Six of Cups. So the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups. And so the reason I love that is because when you think about how things were, you'll see how far you've come. So the Six of Cups, hold on one second. Yeah. So this is tapping into that inner child. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's like, sorry, it's very hard sometimes when my head gets loud. So it's tapping into the past, tapping into your inner child to where you can kind of decipher the messages that you're feeling, those things that are kind of lining up in your head. Like maybe when I mentioned something about the way that you could possibly like decorate your home and what it actually feels like when you take those moments, putting things on a tree, those moments that you might have had with like past family members or friends. It's some of those moments that are coming over really, really strong because like I feel very emotional right now. And so it's clarity of seeing things now, like the way that you're looking at them now versus the way that you saw them when you were like a kid or something like that. And so I think that it really feels like it's just kind of like a breath of fresh air. It's like you have let go of things that no longer serve you, the things that you were thinking they weren't like, they're not your reality now because they were your reality then. But now you see things in a different way and it's giving you so much clarity. Your King of Wands is clarified by the Hangman. And I love that it's clarified by the Hangman because it's exactly what I was just feeling. You're seeing things from a different perspective right now. And that is what I think is continuing to keep yourself aligned on your soul's path. Yes? Okay, I agree. Let's go ahead and we are going to get messages from Spirit of the Animal Oracle. And I wanted to use decks like these because I'm trying to tap into the collective in reference to like just sweet, calm, where can my soul gently be guided right now? Especially when things get so hard and life gets so complicated because we let it get complicated, right? And we just kind of need a gentle touch sometimes. So what messages can we get from Spirit of the Animal Oracle? Your first message is, these are so cute. They're puffkin. Partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. And that makes sense because didn't you have the Three of Pentacles? Yes, you did. So teamwork makes the dream work, right? It's a saying that just is so corny, but it's so true. So especially this time of year, friends, family, things like that, allow others to help you right now. And then you have butterfly and rebirth, which makes sense because you got a tower moment coming. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And I think that definitely goes with the message of that Six of Cups and the Hanged Man. You're seeing the way things were in a different light right now. And it's really kind of like lightening you up as you're on your soul's path. You're softening. You're not so hard. You're allowing things to come in that maybe you don't like, and you're just spinning them. You're just looking at it in a different way. And I love that for you. Because coming up, you have Temperance, Four of Cups, and a Tower moment. So let's talk about that. Temperance. The card itself means harmony and healing. But for me, it really kind of means that balance. So where you're at, where you're going, and how you're getting there. How you're getting there to continue to keep yourself on that light kind of feeling is just keep that balance. Keep the harmony and that balance like in check. Four of Cups. Let's take a look for a second. And again, not a typical meaning for this card, but kind of. Four of Cups, she's looking, the little unicorn is looking back at her back. And it's right next to the Six of Cups and that Ace of Swords. So I do definitely feel like you have had some major clarity when looking back in your past. And that is a beautiful thing because when we look at our past and we look at, like, let's say our shadows or things that we don't like, and you're at a place right now where you can literally be like, yep, that's why I'm as strong as I am today, because of my past. My past does not weigh me down. I am light as a feather. That's literally what I feel right now. It's just light as a feather because you're choosing to not look at things the way that you were. And I love that for you. So it's like a gift. You're looking back and you're like, yeah, that was me. But today, this is me. So I love that. Then you have your Tower moment. So this Tower moment, let me see what I feel about this Tower moment. So notice how things have been lining up. The next door, there it is. The next door opportunity, step through it with confidence. So I think that's connected to your Tower moment, which is something, again, when I write these things down before the reading, sometimes I have no idea how they're going to correlate with the reading, but I think this Tower moment is this next opportunity. And I don't think that it's a bad one. It feels like a really good opportunity. It kind of feels like a burst of, I'm going to burst through this door because this is where my soul wants to go. So it's kind of a major life moment that you get to have, which is super cool. Like, let's go ahead and step up and into the, and the card on the bottom is death. And that's transition. That's transition in the most beautiful form. And then the card that wanted to clarify the Tower is the Empress. So again, another major arcana card. So you're definitely going through, and it makes sense because of the time of year, a major soul alignment. So it's kind of like, if you've heard the term, I forgot, timeline jumping, kind of like when you're on one timeline, you're living your life, you're doing the thing, you're on your routine, and then all of a sudden you like level up. I think that's what's happening for you right now, especially with that Tower moment. The next door opportunity, step through it with confidence. Step through it with confidence, like the Empress that you are. Male or female, doesn't matter. It's the energy of all the tools you have. So like, you could look at the tools as abundance, right? It's everything that I've got, everything that I am, everything that I'm made of. I'm stepping through this transition, and I love that for you. Your Temperance card is clarified by the 7 of Coins. So how you achieve that balance and that harmony is really figuring out if the way that you're doing things right now is aligned with your soul's path. Is it? Is it working for you? Cool. If it is working for you, keep going. If it's not, because it's a collective reading, like if we were doing a one-on-one reading, which I do have 2 days left in the month on my calendar to be able to do one-on-one readings, but next month in December, I have much more availability. So if you were here with me, I would be asking you, what is it that you're working on right now, and how do you feel about it? If you feel good about it and like you want to see it through, see it through. If it gives you harmony and balance. If it doesn't, it may be time to start doing something else. And then you have your 4 of Cups moment, which is clarified by the 8 of Swords. So that 8 of Swords is you stepping past the fear that you've had. Maybe it was fear that you had carried over a little bit from your past, but you're being asked to step past that fear. You can go ahead and look back, but you also need to keep your eyes looking forward. So I love that for you. So I think we're going to go ahead and end the reading with the Inner Child Oracle, especially because these cards are so playful. This is what I really felt, was we wanted to end with messages from our inner child. I also did a short the other day with messages from the inner child, and they were beautiful messages. So feel free to go over to my channel and check it out. Also, if you could subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and then make a comment, that helps me out so much, because I'm still a really new channel, so it helps me so much. All right, messages from your inner child. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. Exactly what I was feeling before I started the video. Pause for celebration, warmth, and gratitude. So let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. You've come so far on your soul's path, so allow yourself to feel it. And then your next message from your inner child is, go on an adventure. Today is the day to try something daring. So definitely let that inner child out. Go ahead and go on an adventure. It's funny because this card just came out in another reading that I did, that I posted yesterday. So feel free to, again, go to my channel and check it out. But take an adventure. You've earned it. So I love that for you. So as always, until the next video, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and have a great rest of your day.